This is Rocco Bianco here for the Rocco Bianco YouTube channel.
My president shirt?
Yes, I am wearing a Trump is my president. It's very literal. Would you deny that Trump is actually my president?
I mean, he is a president. Literally is the president.
Literally.
Literally.
So this shirt is very literal, and it's unbelievable, isn't it, that he actually won? Right?
Yeah,
because they kept telling us that Hillary was going to win. They kept lying about the actual stats, the actual numbers.
I don't think it was that they lied about the stats. I think that there's certain parts of the demographic are underrepresented in the polls.
Okay, so they didn't vote, though? Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying that they voted, but that they don't typically get contacted the same way other people do in modern polling systems.
What do you think about Bernie Sanders? Do you think that it was stolen from him?
I don't think it was stolen, but I do think it was corruption.
A lot of you're saying no.
I think the whole system is fucked.
Yeah, okay, I can agree with you on that.
I didn't want Hillary to win. I didn't want Trump to win.
Okay,
but I don't like fuck politics.
Well, do you know politics is what actually makes the economy go? If we understood that central banks run everything, that we actually have a Federal Reserve run for profit offshore that is actually telling us that we have to raise or lower our interest rates. That's what Janet Yellen's able to do. What do you guys think about Janet Yellen able to raise and lower interest rates on a whim? Is that even...
I don't know who that is, but that shouldn't... I mean, it's fucked up.
I've never thought that was right. I have a really serious problem with central banks.
Yeah, and that's something I think that the parties can come together on, and we can all agree on those things, and we need to stop the divisive atmosphere, I think. What do you guys think about that? Like, we could sing Kumbaya if we had the central banks eliminated, right?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know about that.
You don't think so?
I think that there needs to be some way to manage the economy at a larger scale due to the fact that it's so volatile. But I'm not sure that we're doing it the right way with secrecy and with people making unilateral decisions without enough oversight.
I think the problem.
Yeah.
I think the problem with it though is it's been that way for so long. Like,
since 1913, when Woodrow Wilson signed the Federal Reserve Act.
I'm not even just talking about in the U.S. Like,
you guys speak up a little bit.
Over like even in Europe, like central banks over there as well.
Okay.
It's been going on for decades.
I don't know if I want any more interviews because I'm a little bit
You guys
lost.
are drinking. I know, it's on the spot and shit. Check out the YouTube channel. It's Rocco Bianco YouTube channel. This is my first couple interviews, so I'm going to go out and interview more people. I think we just need to come together on these bigger issues instead of dividing on these stupid issues like race and stuff. Like, can't we all just get along and see that we have a similar enemy?
I think we'll probably all get along better if the injustices individuals face in their day-to-day lives.
Yeah. Justice is the key word there. I'm all for justice, and I think that we all have this sort of syndrome where if we don't get enough justice, we start to kind of get a little hateristic, you know, like we turn into haters.
I don't know about haters. I think haters is a word used by people who are trying to marginalize other people's experiences.
Yeah.
But ultimately, if you are experiencing a greater level of disenfranchisement as a demographic, like as certain minorities are,
okay,
you're going to naturally be more negative about the system as a whole.
Well, can you explain to me what white privilege is?
Sure, absolutely I can.
Okay.
I'm mixed. My mom's black, my dad's white. I grew up in a place where I'm pretty damn light-skinned, but it didn't stop when I was growing up.
Okay.
Teachers from turning a blind eye when kids would call me or my mom a nigger. But it wouldn't stop the cops pulling me over every night, 2 weeks in a row, the exact same stoplight, even though they checked my entire car every night for 2 weeks.
So on an individual level, you feel like you've been discriminated against, and hence you think that there's a demographic problem.
I feel like if you hear enough stories from like-minded people who've been through similar experiences and you've gone through it yourself as well, it's very difficult to deny that there is obviously a problem.
How do you personally gauge those numbers?
How do I personally gauge them? Well, I think there's two different ways. I think one way is to look at the way that, for example, we set up crack versus cocaine, how we end up putting people in jail.
The CIA did. They actually admitted that they wanted to destroy the black family.
The 13th Amendment on Netflix.
So I think that there are
great documentary.
I think that's one way to look at it. I think another one too is to look at the sentences for like crimes handed out to people of different races. There are numbers there to support that as well.
Do you know about the numbers, like, for example, of shootings where it's pretty much a majority black on black crime, that most blacks are killed by other blacks?
Yeah.
And that's stats. It's like numbers instead of based off of actual, like, your experience.
That's very true. But
right.
But I wonder also if more white people are killed by white people.
That's true, too, actually.
I only got a couple left,
so
man.
it kind of makes the statistics a moot point, because when you're looking at it, what that means is you spend more time around similar people, and everybody kills everybody. So what's the point in even bringing up those numbers? It's kind of a cop-out.
Well, not really, because exactly what you just said, cop-out. They want to take out the cops with those fake numbers, and they like George Soros is a white billionaire that funds Black Lives Matter so that they make black people look bad. Can't you see that? That Black Lives Matter makes black people look bad?
I disagree with that entirely. Black Lives Matter.
So them saying they want to burn down neighborhoods and stuff like that, that's okay. And then, you know, all the rioting.
I think you're very likely to find, let me rephrase that, individuals who are the loudest and the most negative are undoubtedly going to get more attention than the ones out there doing good.
Right.
I think if you took a closer look at Black Lives
How about
Matter,
blocking
let me
freeways?
Let me finish.
Okay.
I think if you were to take an honest look at that movement, you'd find the vast majority of those individuals are out there trying to make a positive change in the world and are not out there trying to disrupt and cause issues.
Would you agree with me that they don't understand the full spectrum of the problems, the full scope, and they're only treating the symptoms and not the real disease, which is central banks and stuff like that? Actually, that's real discrimination. Like the Queen of England owning Shell, or no, she owns BP, and she owns General Electric and doesn't pay any taxes.
I think the world is full of a lot of problems.
It's not really, because
I think the world's full of a lot of issues that overlap in various ways, and that it's easy to. I think it's easy to say this person has a problem and they're attempting to address it, but let's refocus on something else entirely. It doesn't make what they're focusing on wrong. You're right that there are multiple issues, but it doesn't make what they're focusing on wrong, and it also doesn't mean that the minority within that group is necessarily representing the opinions of the whole.
So when they say that white people have to pay retributions, they have to give money or anything like that, do you agree with that?
Restitution?
Restitutions?
I think that, no, I don't think that that's true, and I don't think that most black people think that.
Really?
Yeah, really.
Okay, so like the leader of Black Lives Matter is actually the one that said that that needs to happen. Do you think that the leader of Black Lives Matter needs to actually? I forget her name, but I could actually post it on right after this video on the channel there.
I think another problem when you start speaking about leaders and something that's popped up online that has multiple chapters is attempting to identify individuals who speak out too much as being central leaders. When in fact, that's a grassroots movement that is a lot of people.
Well, there's some KKK people that say that they're not totally racist, you know.
I'm sure they say that.
Right, so Black Lives Matter is basically a racist movement. It's an anti-white movement.
It's not.
Well, in what way is it not? Because they say Black Lives Matter. What about all lives matter?
Alright, what they mean by that is, let's say you're looking at a system where you've got 5 different kinds of people. Let's say Colorado entirely. You've got 5 different kinds of people.
Okay.
And one group of those people repeatedly are oppressed and treated poorly.
Okay.
If you say, hey, these people's... Let me rephrase that. What it should have been called is Black Lives Matter too. Alright? TOO.
As well.
Yeah, that's what this
So
is.
you agree that it's a divisive, it's kind of a divisive term.
I'm done with the interview, man.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, they're done with the interview. Check it out on the Rocco Bianco channel, guys.